Hello everyone, I'm Vijay. Today I'll be going to explain the amendment, addition in examination procedure and the promotion policy for class 9th with effect 2026-27. So let us see what is given in detail in this. In continuation of the existing examination pattern, the promotion policy for classes 9th and 11th issued by the Director Education GNCT of Delhi with order number details are given dated 7/7 2020 22 and in partial modification thereof further in alignment with the revised scheme of studies of class 9th under the curriculum of secondary level 26 2026-27 and the assessment framework notified by the Central Board of Secondary Education under the National Curriculum Framework NCFSE 2023. The following amendments additions have been made in the existing examination procedure and promotion policy for grade 9th for the academic session 2026-27. In the interest of the students, certain structural and the curricular provisions have been adopted and incorporated as amendments. These amendments are only for class 9th and intended to facilitate a smooth transition towards competency-based multidisciplinary and skill integrated school education as envisaged in the NEP 2020 NCFSE 2023 framework. Accordingly, the provisions contained herein shall be read as supplementary, modifying, and operative clauses to the earlier order of for examination procedure and the promotion to the next higher class wherever applicable. So core academic structure and the examination pattern is given. Subject 1, language 1, subject 2, language 2, subject 3, mathematics, subject 4, science, subject 5, social science, subject 6, vocational education, Kaushal Vikas, subject 7, language 3, subject 8, individuals in society, subject 9, art education, subject 10, physical education and well-being, subject 11, arts per table 5 of the secondary school curriculum part 1 classes 9th and 10th 2026-27 optional subject with annual examination and school based internal assessment module computational thinking in the artificial intelligence CT and AI school based assessment. Now those compulsory subjects with the annual examination the school based internal assessment and the compulsory subjects with the school based assessment. So let us see down what has been given. Schools are directed to refer to the Cbse secondary school curriculum part 1 classes 9th and 10th 2026-27 CT and AI as a compulsory subject in session 2027 and 28. The following 6 subjects shall continue to constitute the core academic structure for class 9th. Language 1 at R1 level, language 2 at R2 level, mathematics, science, social science, vocational education. The 6 main subjects shall remain the primary basis for academic progression and promotion. The teaching learning process shall continue to emphasize conceptual clarity, application based learning, and competency development assessment shall be carried out through combinations of internal external components as per prescribed norms. Every student of the class 9 shall study 3 languages. Language third, that is R3, shall remain a mandatory qualifying subject and its assessment shall be entirely school-based internal. The mark sheet will distinctly reflect qualified, not qualified in case a student in the current class 9th batch does not qualify the school-based assessment of R3 language during the academic year. The student shall still be promoted to class 10th for the next academic session. However, the student must qualify the class 9th R3 assessment while studying in class 10th. Languages have now formally categorized under R1, R2 and R3 level as per the NCFSE 2023 to implement the recommendations of NEP 2020. The NCF 2023 R3, the third language, is compulsory for class 9th with effect from academic session 2026-27, ensuring that every learner studies at least 2 Bharatiya Bhashas, native Indian languages. The student of class 9 2026-27 will continue the same 3 languages combination that they studied in the class 8 in the previous year. Out of these three languages, one language shall be opted for as R3. The languages listed in Table 5 of CBSE mandate secondary school curriculum part 1 classes 9th and 10th 2026-27 may be offered at all three levels, namely R1, R2 and R3. However, one language cannot be offered at more than one level. Also, at least two of R1, R2, R3 must be Bharatiya Bhashas, native Indian languages. Further criteria relaxation and the exemption shall be provided in special cases as per CBSE norms with the approval of component authority. The learning outcomes, syllabus coverage, and assessment framework for R1 and R2 shall be distinct. Accordingly, separate assessment patterns shall be applied for R1 and R2 levels. R3 will remain mandatory qualifying subject and its assessment shall be entirely school-based internal. The mark sheet will distinctly reflect qualified, not qualified in case a current class 9 student does not qualify. The school-based assessment of R3 in the academic year, the student shall still be promoted to class 10th for the next academic session as per the extent promotion policy. However, the student would need to clear the class 9th R3 assessment while studying in class 10th. Those who are unable to clear the third language and have been promoted to 10th may provided quite adequate support, remediation or any other measures in class 10th to enable them to qualify R3 in the exam conducted at school level. No student shall be eligible to appear in the class 10 board examination at the end of the 10th unless she has qualified ninth third language, that is R3. Subject mathematics and science at two levels. From the academic session 2026-27, the subject mathematics and the science and their assessments have been introduced at two levels. Mathematics and science, these will cover the common prescribed syllabus which will be compulsory and be studied by all the students. There will be common compulsory papers of mathematics and science, 80 marks for 3 hours for all the subject. Mathematics advanced and science advanced. These will be optional and mean for students who wish to go beyond the standard common syllabus. These will have additional content and the assessment will be of 25 marks, 1 hour duration covering all higher order thinking skills, that is HOTS questions. All students, whether opting for advance or not, will appear in a common final examination board in class 10th shall based annual examination in class 9th of 80 marks, 3 hours. In addition, students opting for the advanced level will take an additional examination of 25 marks, 1 hour at a higher level based on the prescribed content. Students can choose none, one, both subjects at advanced level. Marks secured in mathematics advanced, science advanced shall not be added for the promotion to the next higher class or to the overall aggregate score. Only a notation the advanced level has been successfully cleared will be reflected on the mark sheet if cleared with 50% and more marks. This two-level structure will not apply to the internal assessment of 20 marks in mathematics and science conducted at the school level. From the academic session 2026-27, the scheme of two levels, that is mathematics basic and mathematics standard examination, will be discontinued. However, students of class 10 in 2026-27 will only continue under the existing scheme and may opt for mathematics basic as applicable for the academic year 2025-26. Vocational educational Kaushal Vikas in accordance with the revised scheme of studies, vocational education Kaushal Vikas has been introduced as a mandatory subject for all the students at class 9th level with effect 2026-27. The objective of this provision is to ensure early exposure to skill-based learning and integration of employability skill within the school education. Education in interdisciplinary areas in alignment with the National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023. School emphasizes a multidisciplinary learning, constitutional values, environmental consciousness, and the development of rational and ethical reasoning. CBSE introduced education in interdisciplinary areas as a compulsory components at the secondary stage. Accordingly, an interdisciplinary curricular area titled Individuals in Society in Class 9 2026-27 onwards shall be introduced as a compulsory subject with school-based assessment as part of the revised scheme of studies. Art education under the new scheme of studies as per NCF SE 2023, art education in class 9 has been made a compulsory curricular area rather than an extracurricular activity. It shall be taught alongside core subjects and will be assessed as a compulsory subject through school-based assessment. The subject include visual arts, music, theater, and dance and movement, aiming to develop students' creativity, aesthetic sense, cultural awareness, and overall holistic development. Physical education and well-being. Under the new scheme of the studies, as per NCF SC 2023, physical education and the well-being has been recognized as a core component of school education with the scheme, rigor, and the expectations as other disciplines. And it focuses on promoting physical fitness, mental health, and overall well-being of students through activities such as sports, yoga, health education, and aims to develop discipline, teamwork, healthy lifestyle habits, awareness about personal health, ensuring the holistic development of the learners. The subject shall be assessed as a compulsory subject through a school-based assessment. Optional subject apart from above, a student may also be offered an additional subjects from the list of optional subject as given in table 5 secondary school curriculum part first classes 9th and 10 2026-27. Computational thinking and the artificial intelligence shall be introduced as structural modules to be provided by NCERT in the academic session 2026-27 across all the schools as a part of foundational skill development and will be assessed through school-based assessment. However, CT and AI shall be compulsory subject from session 2027-28 onwards. Note, first 6 subjects opted by the students as mentioned in para 2 will be considered as main subjects and the result will be calculated accordingly as per the promotion policy. R3 will remain a mandatory qualifying subject and its assessment shall be entirely school-based internal. The mark sheet will be distinctly reflect qualified, not qualified. The assessment of individuals in society, art education, physical education, and well-being, and CT and AI shall be entirely school-based. However, the component shall not be treated as a core subject for promotion purposes. Marks secured in mathematics advanced, mathematics science advanced shall not be added for the promotion to the next higher classes or to the overall aggregate score. The scheme of the studies of CWSN shall similar to the scheme prescribed for all the students. However, in accordance with clause 17I on of the RPWD Act 2016 and the provision of NCFSE 2023, CWSN shall be required to study only the compulsory languages. All other subjects, whether compulsory, the board examination or school-based assessment or optional, may be replaced by any other optional subject listed in table 5 of the secondary school curriculum part first classes 9th and 10th 2026-27 as per the choice and the comfort level of the CWSN student. However, CWSN student are free to retain as many subjects from the standard scheme of studies as they feel comfortable with. Alternatively, they may replace any other number of subjects or even all subjects except the one compulsory language with optional subjects. CWSN with certified specific learning disabilities or other specified conditions may be exempted from the study of R2 and R3 as per the norms specified in the examination by laws. Promotion rules for class 9th with effect academic session 2026-27 passing criteria. In order to be declared pass at the end of the session, a student must secure 33% marks separately in internal assessment, practical, and 33% in external assessment, midterm exam plus annual exam. In each of the 6 main subjects, the promotion is also subject to the condition that minimum of 25% of the marks must be secured in the annual examination conducted at the end of the session. The condition stipulated under clause 13.1 first and 13.1 second shall be mandatory and cumulative in nature. A student shall be eligible for promotion to the next higher class only upon fulfilling both the aforesaid conditions. R3 will remain a mandatory qualifying subject and its assessment shall be entirely school-based internal. The mark sheet will be distinctly reflect qualified, not qualified. The student must secure 33% marks in each subject, that is 33 out of 100 in total in order to qualify for R3. In case a current class 9th student does not qualify the school-based assessment of R3 in the academic year, the student will still be promoted to class 10th and next academic session provided that the conditions mentioned 13.1 first, second, and third are fulfilled. However, the student would need to clear the class 9th R3 assessment while studying in class 10th. Students who are unable to qualify in the third language in class 9th may be reassessed at school level by the concerned schools. Such students are provided by adequate support, remediation, or any other measures in class 10th to enable them to qualify class 9th R3 in the exam conducted at the school level. The head of the school, HOS, must ensure that student appearing for the class 10th board examination have successfully qualified in the third language studied in the class 9th. Third language R3 will not replace any language, that is R1, R2, or any other subjects for the promotion to the next higher class for the next academic session 2026-27. Skill closer additional optional subject opted by the student will not replace any of the other subjects opted by the students in class 9th. A student not eligible to be declared pass shall be declared promoted at the end of the session, provided she not eligible for grace marks as admissible. Grace marks up to maximum of 10 in all 6 main subjects shall be awarded to a student to reach minimum requirement of 33% of the marks in theory, not in practical. Internal assessment subject to the following conditions, provided that a minimum 25% of the marks are secured in each of the 6 main subjects at the annual examination to make him or her eligible for promotion, provided that she does not require more than 5 marks in one subject to come up to the minimum requirement of 33% of the marks theory, midterm exam plus annual exam of that subject. The condition mentioned above at first and the second shall be applicable, provided that the minimum of 33% marks have been secured in internal assessment and practical. The conditions stipulated under clauses 14.1, 14.1 second, 40.1 third shall be mandatory and cumulative in nature. However, no grace mark shall be awarded to a student for taking the compartment examination. In case a total 10 grace marks are not awarded in 6 main subjects, then rest of the grace marks may be awarded to the additional optional subject in theory for making it qualify to appear board exam. If required, compartment examination, a student who appear in the annual examination can be declared eligible for appearing at the compartment examination is not more than 3 failing subjects out of the 6 main subjects. Such a student shall be eligible to appear in subjects as a subsequent examination to be held in the second and the third week of the April, known as the compartment examination. The compartment examination will be conducted on the same pattern as the annual examination. If a student fails, is absent in 1 or 2, 3 subjects and medical leave or another 1 or the subjects, he or she will be eligible for the compartment examination in the subject for which she has submitted the medical certificate as per the norms, along with the failing 1, 2, 3 subjects only. If a student fails, is absent in 4 or more subjects and medical leave in other 1 or 2 subjects, she shall not be eligible to appear compartment examination. A student who fails in theory, she will be placed in the compartment only in theory. If a student who fails in practical, she will be placed in compartment only in practical. In case a student fails in theory and passes in internal assessment, practical, her marks, internal assessment practical secured in the annual exam will be taken up. Calculate his compartment result as per the norms stipulated under clause 16. In case students fails in internal assessment, she can be given another opportunity to qualify only those internal assessment subject in which she has been placed compartment only after the approval of the concerned DDA zone. Passing criteria for the compartment examination: in order to be declared successful in the compartment examination, a student must secure at least 36% in subjects in which she has taken the compartment examination, provided that the minimum of 33% marks must be secured in internal assessment and the practical. The condition stipulated under the clause 16.1, 16.2 shall be mandatory and cumulative in nature. A student shall be declared to have qualified only upon fulfilling both the aforesaid conditions. If a student not secure the subjects in which she has not taken compartment examination, at least 33% marks in the subject of compartment theory and minimum 33% in the internal assessment practical in that subject, she shall be declared unsuccessful in the exam. No benefits of grace marks will be given to the students appearing in the compartment examination for the promotion to the next higher classes. Essential repeat: a student of class 9th who is not eligible for pass, promotion, or compartment examination either at the end of the session or after the compartment examination shall be declared essential repeat and detained in the same class during the next session. All the heads of the government aided and the recognized unaided schools are hereby directed to compile with all these promotion rules and no dilutions of the criteria prescribed is permissible under any circumstances. All the government and the government aided and the recognized unaided schools shall bring these instructions into the notice of the teachers, students, and their parents, guardians immediately on the commencement of the session, and in any case within 15 days of the issue of this order. So this is all about grade 9th examination criteria. I hope all of you have understood it. Keep updating yourself, and I hope you are getting updated with the help of my channel. So it is a kind request. Please subscribe, like, and share the videos to your friends. Thank you. Keep updating yourself.